Gotsky looking for that damage, finds him on the Diablo. Diablo forced it back out as their health drops low. The Immortal now is at 25%
Back down
here.
Yo on the Greymane, gonna be the first to fall. But is it ETC? No, that's Malthael up there. A triple.
The Leyline used in the back, catching 3 people on top. That followed up by the APOC and the Lurking Arm. Catching 2, but this time on is gonna be the first one.
Wow, did you see that mosh pit? 4-man mosh pit while on a conveyor belt. That was like a regular sushi.
There's the catches him in the mud pit. Time trap does pop. Mosh pit goes out. Fubu's still in trouble. Pops to stay a while and listen, but it's not going to matter.
Here comes the Bloodlust on the backside, but the Jewel gets blinded and then stunned. Oh my goodness! The combo!
Getting shrunk down, ETC getting killed. He becomes dog food for the Greymane.
I didn't think they had a chance. I thought it was all over. We said all or nothing, and they got absolutely everything.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the Nexus Gaming Series. I am Jason. Today we've got for you a Division A East match as we've got Phoenix Rising Xanthite versus ReGen Phoenix here, the first round of the playoffs. And looking forward to seeing these two teams go head-to-head. The higher seed here today, Phoenix Rising Xanthite. Let's take a look at our draft screen. Or not the draft screen, but rather the best of 3. There we go. The map picks and bans. We've got Phoenix Rising, Xanthite selecting to oh, actually that is correct. Huh. Thought I reset these, but here, let's do this again. Battlefield. Sorry about that, everybody. I guess I didn't reset it beforehand, so it is coming up all wonky. That fixed. I'll let them know I'm ready. I want them to wait on me to fix stuff. Alright, so go over these real quick. We had Battlefield and Volskaya banned out for Phoenix Rising. And Dragonshire and Garden of Terror banned out on the other side. And you can hear our first map, which is Infernal Shrine. So let's get on in for our first draft. First ban already out by ReGen Phoenix. Phoenix Rising Xanthite selecting to get map pick here to get things started. Letting ReGen Phoenix have first pick, first ban. And I've been seeing that more and more often, especially in some of the higher matches, higher division matches that I've been casting. It almost seems like map pick has been more valuable to people lately, and I think that's because there's just so many good heroes in the meta right now that it's almost more advantageous to have the 2-3 pick than the first pick, and also gives you the slight advantage that was already there for having map pick, or 2 small advantages, I should say, of getting to choose where you play and getting to have that last pick to be reactionary. Meanwhile, I've got Chromie and Uther banned out, along with the Zool to finish things out here. And first pick immediately, Arrow going to pick up the Sonya. Not only the best solo laner in the game, in my opinion at the moment, but also so good on this map. Her Shrine Clear is just bonkers. Another good solo laner picked up, though, in response. Hogger going to be picked up before the next ban phase, and Hiva going to grab Kael'thas as well. Two more picks coming up for Phoenix Rising before we see the next set of bans come out. It's going to be ETC and Junkrat. So neither team's got their healer yet. I'll have to see if maybe Xanthite wants to try to put the healer chokehold on here. They kind of do that reverse chokehold where they take one out and then pick one up, and that leaves Phoenix, ReGen Phoenix, I should say. A battle of the Phoenixes today. They get me a little bit confused. But it leaves the pickings a little more bare for ReGen Phoenix and those last 2 picks for healers. Right wing, very good on this map. Any big 3-lane map where right wing can stay out in a side lane and then be able to phase shift in after getting a little bit of that extra soak can really help you a lot. Globals are good here. Not as influential as some maps, but this one's definitely one of the ones where it's better to have one. See the Stukov and the Garrosh coming out here. Grand Paladin grabbing that Garrosh up front. Already got a little bit of good CC follow-up and damage from the Kael'thas from Hiva there. Stukov's not a bad follow-up for the Garrosh either. The slow can be nice from that Pustule. And of course the Lurking Arm. Especially post 13 with the Lurking Arm root. That can be very strong. I don't think it's quite as strong a follow-up as like the Malfurion, but Stukov's got a lot of other great qualities, including a really, really good Mosh Interrupt for Mudge on the other side. Rabid Penguin, gonna grab Sylvanas, and we've got Area gonna grab the Anduin. Is it Aria or Area? Probably Aria. Meanwhile, Idiom's gonna grab up the Tychus to finish us out here. Tychus also very strong in the meta. I'm kind of surprised to see it make it all the way to the 10th pick, but not at all surprised to see it included in the massive involvement rate that he's had in Season 11 here. All right, well, let's get ready as we go into our game number 1. I want to thank everybody for coming in tonight and want to remind everyone that to stick around for the end of the stream. We will raid another cast or stream at the end, and anyone that is around for that right beforehand, I will be giving away a community sub, so stick around for that. Like we're all set up. All right. Thing I did not remember to look at beforehand was where the seating was for the match. I remember looking at it the other day, but I can't remember. Somebody could probably help me with that in chat, but I can also just look at the tournament page. Yeah, there it is. Number 3 and number 6. That was one. Phoenix Rising at number 3 and ReGen Phoenix is number 6. Well, let's get on in here for game number 1. On the left, Phoenix Rising Xanthite. We've got Hiva playing the Kael'thas, Joshua Scott on the Hogger, Iron going to be playing the Stukov, Grand Paladin on the Garrosh, and Idiom's going to be playing the Tychus.
10 seconds.
Meanwhile, on the right, we've got Aria playing the Paladin. Well, kind of. No, it's more of a cleric, really. The Anduin. We've got Mudge on the ETC. Darabao going to be on the Junkrat. Arrow on the Sonya. And last but not least, Rabid Penguin going to be on the Sylvanas. This is ReGen Phoenix. Guy Dude, can you remind us about the playoff rules? Well, there's not a whole lot of rules. Best of 3 format here today, as this is the first round. Best of 8 for each division, and then the 2 division champions from that best of 8 face each other. So essentially, you could think of this as a round of 16 for all of Division A. But you got this match, and then the round of 4 for the 2 different divisions. They're also a best of 3, and then the winner of that will go on to the A East Championship, which will be a best of 5. Winner of that match will go on to face the A West champions in the grand finals for Division A. This is the last day for round 1 as far as the schedule is concerned, though I've heard that some of the divisions might be a little bit behind on that. I'm not really sure how the brackets and all of the divisions have been going, but absolutely. Hello, Phantoms. Long time no see. How you doing? Right now, both teams on the rotate to start. Both teams grabbing their camps out nice and early. Division A, the highest of our lettered divisions. You got 3 divisions above this, but an entire slew of lettered divisions going all the way down to Division E, so A's pretty high up here. A division also the first of our coastal divisions here in NGS. Two minutes in, no first blood just yet. It looks like both squads are going to a bit of a double soak strat here, as they've got their solo laners in mid. Rabid going to be pulled back there from that leap of faith, but Mudge is in all kinds of trouble. He's not going to make it out. Zukov had that pustule out, and the slows from that pustule, preventing ETC from being able to make it out there. And first blood going to go over to Phoenix Rising Xanthite. Xanthite. There we go. I practiced that before the stream too, and I was like, I'm gonna mess this up all day. Can't be one of those regular minerals. Gotta be one of those special minerals. Rabid super low on the bottom side. Gonna get a little bit of heals here. Mudge gonna have to use the face melt, but still, again, look at the slows coming in. The huge slows from the pustule. Mudge does have to slide, but still taking so much damage there. And look at Xanthite here. They are just... Xanthite. They are just going full on in onto the wall. They get a good amount of damage onto that front wall. Take out the entire gate and one of those turrets. Up top, camp has been cleared. Is now going to be pushing in. Arrow playing carefully, knowing the rest of the team is down here. Now this is the split push Sylvanas Cheese. Oh, and look at Idioms. Gets caught out by the slide there, and that's going to be a big kill here for ReGen Phoenix. They are currently giving up the Punisher on the top side, though. They got 2 members for Phoenix Rising up here, just taking this thing out. Slowly get that capped. Sonya had gotten 8, but is not going to go into the 2v1 up there. But meanwhile, ReGen Phoenix going to get a lot of damage out and get this keep. Or forward, I should say. First forward of the game goes down. And now they're up in time to still be able to rotate to try and defend against this Punisher. Now, for those not too accustomed to Heroes of the Storm, Infernal Shrines, you win the objective. You get one of 3 different Punishers. This is the Arcane Punisher. Puts out all those little arcane, kind of like those little Mario circles you gotta watch out. You can't jump over these, though. There's no jump in Heroes of the Storm. Camp's just being grabbed down here on the bottom side. Full macro plays for both of these squads. But top is cleared, front wall goes down, so overall a good trade for ReGen Phoenix. They're gonna fall a little bit behind in terms of the Merc game. A little bit extra damage done in the mid from this camp. Alpharak, hey, what's up? Also, Ara's above, welcome. Cosmos spear throwers just chunking down the wall here. Able to get the bottom of these turrets, and now going to be looking to take out the gate. Right now, Phoenix Rising is just focusing on zoning for the camp. They weren't really trying to engage too hard there. They were just threatening. And that's what you can do with a Garrosh, especially in the first 10 levels. So difficult to play into. You take one wrong step and suddenly you find yourself thrown. Mudge with a nice face melt, though. He does that. He's not without counters, Garrosh, mind you. And I think ETC is one among those. There's a fairly decent counter. Mid lane, Arrow able to shove that mid lane in. Joshua Scott gonna come down, but actually it's Kalthos that picks up that wave. ReGen Phoenix first to 10 by just a skosh. Allow them to get that bottom camp. Arrow's actually, like he's coming back down as Phoenix Rising looking to maybe engage there with all 5, but ReGen Phoenix gonna avoid that. But Heroics are being picked up by both squads. It's gonna be Wrath of the Berserker along with the Riptire, Mosh Pit, and Mesmerize. And Anduin's still holding here. Budge sliding, but nice unstoppable there from Joshua Scott. Meanwhile, for ReGen Phoenix Xanthite, we've got Commandeer Odin. The Flailing Swipe is Hortipult. Oh, and Mudge being caught out here once again. The taunt comes down this time around. Speaking of which, there is that Warlord's Challenge, the only one I hadn't called out yet. But right now, Hiva also holding. We got a couple holding here. I think Anduin is holding to see what Kalthos goes here. Because if it's Phoenix, then you could probably just go ahead and go with Light Bomb. That's fine. But if it's Pyroblast, Arya might want to try to get the other ults. The name of that other ult. I'm suddenly blanking on it. Chat will remind me in 30 seconds what that ult's called. Holy Word Salvation. There we go. I knew it. This is way back in those brain files. Now you can see they're both still holding. We're at level 12, and neither of them have selected a heroic yet. It's pretty funny. And there is the Commandeer Odin coming out as ReGen Phoenix gets an early lead here on the Shrine, but very quickly Xanthite is catching up, and Mudge going to be tossed in, taunted, mind controlled onto the Garrosh afterwards, but Indomitable going to be popped to get him out of there. Darabao getting very low, but able to zone a little bit with that concussion mine, and Arrow's going to have to get Leap of Faith on out of there. It's going to be a 1-for-0 exchange for Phoenix Rising. They're going to be able to pick up yet another Punisher. Still, both are still holding that heroic pick. That's pretty funny. The memes are strong with these squads. Rabid Penguin a little bit deep on the rotation here, trying to get a little extra Sylve value. It's, Joshua Scott there to answer to it. Meanwhile, there's the leap in from the Punisher, and Mudge, I should say, gonna be able to slide on out. Grand Paladin getting kind of low in the process there as well, but Garrosh, of course, just gets more and more armor the lower he gets. Arrow looking on the flank here. They might try to fight behind this. Arrow doesn't have leap. He's got Wrath of the Berserker, so he's not going to be leaping onto anybody for that engage potential. Not down bot. Joshua Scott going to grab the camp. Like Xanthite going to try to go ahead and... No, they're actually going to back out. They're not going to give him this fight. That's a good call. Level 13's now in for ReGen Phoenix, so they don't want to take that even fight when they're 3/4 of a level ahead. No reason to. Good macro call there. You can't seriously want Pyro. They're still both holding. That's fantastic. They're now an entire additional talent tier deep, holding these picks. What a meme. Oh, Rabid Penguin just barely able to Haunting Wave away there. Grand Paladin was looking for it, even hit him with the Groundbreaker, but couldn't quite get in range for that toss. Almost. Once again, Joshua Scott able to avoid, well, the slide, but also the Mesmerize there. The Mind Control, sorry. Not Mesmerize. Same thing, really. ReGen Phoenix almost caught up on level here. Oh, an Arrow getting kind of low, getting engaged upon. Here comes the Riptire. Gonna be swiped away by Iron, but Riptire's still coming in. It's gonna knock Garrosh back. He gets rooted. The Mosh Pit goes out and just barely hits Iron, but it did kind of split up the members of Xanthite, but they're able to keep everybody alive still. Joshua Scott gonna have to spin out, and somehow everybody gonna walk away alive from that. Credit to the healers. Are they gonna pick by the time they get to level 16? Heaven forbid either of them DC. The AI might pick for them. Oh no, Sonya gets picked up here. I almost missed the kill, but completely missed the rotation. And that's a big pick. ReGen Phoenix rather gonna rotate down to the bot side to maybe try to. Well, no, they're just gonna push the wave up and then back. They're not gonna risk getting rotated on down here. Good call. Are gonna have to deal with this though. Oh, it looks like my co-caster is ready to join me again. Hello there. Shrine is coming up. For those wondering, my co-caster is my cat, Ysera. Level 16 is now in for both squads, and it looks like finally Iva has gone ahead and picked, and it is indeed Phoenix. So Holy Word Salvation comes out, but still 2 unpicked for Arya here. Look in the 13 at least. Getting a little bit low. By the way, they're team fighting here. Sylvanas the first to fall, but getting very low on the backside. Tychus goes down. It's a 2 for 3, but Kael'thas falls, making it even 2 for 2. It's a bloodbath. This arrow trying to spin on the point, but can't get enough sustain. Meanwhile, the Punisher gonna go over to Xanthite. I was distracted by the talent game. I was completely ignoring the team fight, waiting to see how long it would take Arya to pick up the talents. Well, now we know. It's salvation. Now, see, I got it all wrong. I assumed that they were waiting to pick salvation if Pyroblast was picked up on the other side, but it's a response to Phoenix. By the way, double flame strike here for Hiva. Punisher will be cleared up though for ReGen Phoenix. It's a big win for Xanthite, but it was enough of a bloodbath that they really weren't able to push in with it. So instead, they decided to go paint the map blue, which, as a fan of the Horde, obviously offends me. I say that just for Arrow, because I know it'll probably bug him. Idiom's gonna go ahead and pop the Odin. They try to siege into mid. They've got 2 camps, double bruiser, just throwing spears at anything in their way here. Nice pull there from Arya to save Rabid Penguin. Slide in, Mud's gonna go ahead and hit the Mosh, but big gravity lapse from Hiva to interrupt that. Holy Word Salvation comes in, but the knockback from Iron is gonna interrupt that. But ReGen Phoenix is still on the chase. They turn. Oh no, Rabid steps into the second of those flame strikes. Sonya's gonna go down, and now the turn is on for Xanthite. They go in. Gonna be a 4-for-0 exchange with only Darabao left. Tell the tale. And now I'm joined by my second co-caster. The other cat has jumped up here. Darabao doing a nice job of defending this, though. Poking multiple members of Xanthite low. That will be the first keep of the game going down there in favor of Xanthite. They're going to go after a second as well. Still 12 seconds until everybody from ReGen Phoenix is up, so they've got some time to at least siege this a bit. We can already see on the minimap the next shrine will be in the top lane. Riptire going to come out, deal a little bit of damage to Grand Paladin, but nice job from Phoenix Rising there, splitting up. Maybe he picked Salvation first and then Phoenix. I don't believe that's how it was. I thought I had seen Phoenix get locked in first. I could be wrong. But that's at least what I believe I saw. Oh, and look out. Waiting in the wings here. Mudge is going to face check. Gets instantly stunned, taunted, silenced. And ouch. Big rotation from Phoenix Rising Xanthite. Huge. And that's a big pick, too. That is 49 seconds they have without ETC on the other side. And they are going to be able to get up here and grab themselves this shrine. Should be uncontested. Unless ReGen Phoenix can come up with something big. In fact, they're even going to go ahead and go steal camps at this point. Because ReGen Phoenix is not contesting them on the point. I need everybody to clear that. Looks like we got a pause coming out. Alright, well, let's come back to the camera screen. This is my kitty, Sarah. I should probably have a picture of both of them because they've both been joining me lately. Looks like one of the members of Phoenix Rising Xanthite has some lag. We'll give him a second to fix that up. But how's everybody doing tonight? I myself have had a somewhat lazy weekend. I've gotten a few things done, but mostly just chilling. Looks like we are ready to get back in there. Back to the game. Camp up and top. Barabao going to come and see if he can't kill this in time. Looks like they will save the keep for the moment, but the keep, not exactly long for this world. It's going to be the Arcane Punisher popping out of top lane here. Marching down that top lane. Well, this is essentially win condition territory for Phoenix Rising Xanthite, if they play this right. It looks like ReGen Phoenix is looking to possibly look for the invade behind it, but this is a good play from Xanthite. They are sticking to the Punisher. They're not going to let them engage without John Cena being in range to jump on somebody. Stay in close. They check all the bushes on the way. And Mudge still going to try and come from behind. Gets hit by first the gravity lapse, then the ground breaker. Mudge will slide onto the backside. Arrow gets taunted, though, right in the middle. The spinning stops, and Sonya goes down. Joshua Scott ravaging the back line. But that's going to be the quad kill, and that, ladies and gentlemen, is going to be the end of game number 1 here. As Phoenix Rising Xanthite going to take Infernal Shrines and go up 1-0 here in this best of 3 series. All right, well, let's get their point up on the board here. Take a look at our game summary. 16-3. Kind of gives us a good picture of how that match went for the most part. Some good macro plays from ReGen Phoenix to kind of counter when Phoenix Rising Xanthite had the priority on objectives and had the advantages. But overall, just really great macro play coming out from Xanthite throughout that game. They were able to control not only the map objectives, they were always there first. They seemed like they were up for the most part and in control, but they did a great job of prioritizing camps and soak throughout the game, and just kind of kept their foot on the pedal. You know, once they got up, they were able to just continue rotating and dominating. Very, very well done there. Give you guys a look at these talents. Might have missed a couple of picks throughout while we were waiting. That was pretty funny, I gotta admit. I haven't seen any kind of talent mind games like that in a long time. So that's pretty good. Guy Dude mentioning Stukov crushed that game. Yeah, absolutely. Iron with some pretty amazing slows You know, that's one thing that I don't see a lot of Stukov players getting enough value out of his Pustule. Didn't even have to go with any of the Pustule talents either. It's good on its own, but yeah, first of all, 81k healing, no deaths, but just a lot of good CC. Stukov's super good on this map too, being able to cut off the entrances and exits with that lurking arm. So yeah, just massive healing numbers. Idiom's also with some pretty good clear. It's impressive to see a Tychus out sieging a Kael'thas. It's pretty solid, especially with the double flame strike on the back half. But, we're going to go ahead and go to a quick break while we set up for game number 2. It looks like these guys are already setting up the lobby, so shouldn't be too long. We'll be back here for game number 2 with the draft in just a moment. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Game number 2, we're going to be going to Cursed Hollow. Map pick of, once again, of Phoenix Rising Xanthite. ReGen Phoenix going to elect for first pick, first ban after that game number 1 beat. And they are once again going to ban out the May, and once again Uther going to be banned out here. Seems familiar. First, Cursed Hollow, a much larger map than Infernal Shrines, a lot harder to rotate from one lane to another here, making those globals even more influential here on Cursed Hollow. It's one of the few maps that you see Abathur pop up on a less than rare occasion, or more than rare occasion, I should say. Kind of his best map, but also, you know, just a lot of the globals. I expect to see a Falstad ban here. If not, I expect to see him very early picked by either of these squads. Once again, the Chromie going to be banned out. And this time, they're going to take out the Sonya, so they're going to target Arrow from that game number 1. And I don't know, I kind of expect the first pick Falstad. I know that that broken talent of his at level 1 is not available. Currently banned out of NGS, and unless it's happened recently, and I haven't heard about it, it has not been fixed and unbanned. But he's still so good. He's still just so good in the meta, even without that talent, and especially on this map. No surprise to see it first picked here for Darabao. Brightwing also still available. That was the mid-ban for Xanthite last game. We'll have to see if either team wants to pick that up early. They're going to elect to grab the Lucio this time around, though. Go along with that Hogger. Joshua Scott, very effective in that game number 1. Good rotations. And, you know, it's sometimes hard for solo laners to significantly affect team fights, I feel like. But Joshua Scott was doing a great job of not only diving the back line, but also with Hogger, it's kind of a balance game. I feel like sometimes Hoggers go a little bit too hog wild and go to the backside and end up falling there. This time, Arya going to steal away the Stukov, though. Well, I guess you can't really say he stole it away, because Iron's already on Lucio, but I'm going to take it for themselves before it gets banned out here. Along with the Yrel, which is a pretty interesting and unique pick here. See a lot of Yrel play lately. She can be an effective solo laner, certainly. Also, boss control can be pretty important on this map. You got 2 different bosses here on Cursed Hollow. So having the Gust, it can be really good. But also, Ariel's just got a base knockback in her kit. I mean, even Stukov's got Flailing Swipe and Shove. So right now, ReGen Phoenix has a lot of boss control. Of course, Iron on Lucio does also have the boop for the knockback. Hip King 666. Thank you for the follow. Welcome to the stream. And hello, everybody. I do want to remind everyone to stick around for the end of the stream. I will be gifting a sub for anyone that sticks around for that final moment where we will raid someone. So please do stick around and hopefully get yourself a free sub here on the channel. 2 more picks coming up here for Xanthite as they're going to grab up the Greymane and the Anubarak. Deathwing and Cassia. There we go. It got stuck in those brain files again, I'm telling you. Those two banned out. Diablo coming out for Mudge. And one last pick here. Probably another damage dealer. I was about to say, could go Mage or Auto Attack based on how the Falstad wants to go. So, Rabid Penguin gonna pick up the Kael'thas. This does still leave up the Tychus, which is a pretty good answer to the Diablo. Can be also a little vulnerable to Dive, though. Also, Greymane also kind of got the AA filled out here. Idioms was on the Tychus last time, so Haiba would have to go to something else. But actually, no, gonna go to Zeratul. Very interesting. A little bit of a flex pick there. It does make Phoenix Rising Xanthite's squad very melee-oriented, but also very mobile. Between the Lucio speed, Greymane's ability to engage, Nubarak and Hogger can jump all around the place. This is a scary, scary comp. They're super, super fast, and like I said, they're mobile. I love it. All right, well, game number 2 as we head to Cursed Hollow. This is one of my favorite maps to play. It's been around as long as Heroes of the Storm has been out. One of the original maps. One of the few that I feel like has never really faced that much scrutiny from competitive play before. Everybody likes this map. Or I wouldn't say likes it, but everyone accepts that it is a competitive map. I often hear people shouting for it to be removed. All right, well, let's get in here for game number 2. On the left, Phoenix Rising Xanthite. We've got Haiba going to be playing the Zeratul. Joshua Scott going to be on the Hogger. Got Grand Paladin on the Anubarak, Idioms on the Greymane, and Iron going to be on the Lucio. Meanwhile, on the right for ReGen Phoenix, we've got Darabao playing the Falstad. We've got Rabid Penguin on the Kael'thas, Mudge on the Diablo, Arya going to be on the Stukov. And up top, we've got Team Captain Arrow going to be playing the Yrel. Backs against the wall for ReGen Phoenix. Phoenix Rising Xanthite. Trying to close it out here. Move on to round number 2. Winner of this match will go on to face the winner of the other Phoenix Rising squad versus Beefy Boys. A game still needing to be played, it looked like, from the... I haven't researched it myself, but just looking at the tournament bracket, it has not been scored yet. I assume it has not been played yet. Between Beefy Boys and Phoenix Rising Diamond. Camp's going to be started on both sides here. Idioms hanging up top with Arrow. Hank's kind of meeting in the middle there. And then getting back to the soaking game. Joshua Scott picking up the camp and be pushing with it there. Now, ReGen Phoenix going to try and pick up their camp to be pushing in mid against the objective. Phoenix Rising Xanthite waiting on that siege camp so it can push up top while the objective is bought. They're going to want to pick that up sometime in the next 30 seconds, but maybe 45. Okay. Phoenix Rising Diamond has already won. Okay, good to know. Well, that was an upset, I think. Beefy Boys was the number 2 seed, if I remember correctly. So, 8th seed got the upset in this division. Oh, Darabao getting low. Iva gonna port in and get the damage. Gets the first blood here. And that's a good pick for them as well. But the death timers are pretty low. So definitely will have a lot of time still for them to get in here. Grand Paladin trying to put a little bit of pressure on Arya there. So heals are good on Stukov, no problem there. Yeah, between the flight and the low death timer, Falstad can definitely be here in time. Camp going to be timed out up in the top lane. It's going to be going as we get started here. Arya going to try to cap, but Joshua Scott comes in on the flank. Arrow going to dive in. Arrow was down to about half health to start this off, though. Right now it looks like Phoenix Rising Xanthite is just fine trying to stall this out. Stun comes in from Grand Paladin to get the interrupt. Joshua Scott and Idioms are looking to try and get up on the top side there. Go a little bit further away so we can really see all of this. Camp is starting to push up in the top lane. Starting to get a little bit of value up here already. Idiom's going to come in and cap, and it looks like ReGen Phoenix is actually going to go ahead and just split out and live to fight another day here. Kind of like that call. Once you got the massive push you got to deal with, you don't want to sit here and try and fight a war on two fronts. One where you're guaranteed to lose, and one that you're, maybe. A lot of maybes there. Mudge getting super low. Iva gonna go in and get the kill there. There's that mobility coming in already. Kill number 2. Arrow gonna get the knockback. It's booped, jumps out into the crevice there and makes it out. Tribute is spawning down on the bot side. This one pretty far out to the right, so ReGen Phoenix going to have a little bit of a positional advantage. Currently have Falstad up top, but he's starting to come down. He'll be able to get here a little faster with that flight, but Auger's on the rotate, so he's going to be here. No, he's soaking mid. Oh, actually, Phoenix Rising Xanthite deciding not to go for it. Again, very favorable position there for ReGen Phoenix, so it makes sense for them to give it up here. Mudge trying to get some kind of engage going there. Can't quite find anyone. For now, camp down bot will be cleared up. Bosses are up on both sides. Now look at Joshua Scott immediately getting into the camp here. No hesitation. Idiom's going to join him. Arrow soaking up top. Both teams pretty close here on the race to 10. Next objective will be in the mirrored position on the other side of the map in favor of Phoenix Rising Xanthite. Up on the top. Boss gonna be started here for Xanthite. Should be able to get this. I don't think ReGen Phoenix has scouted this out yet. Might know about it, but they are definitely not in position to do anything about it. Iva's actually in position up here to possibly get the cap. Xanthite is rotating up, but for ReGen Phoenix, they've got to decide whether to try to contest or take out the boss. They're gonna choose to give the objective and clear the boss. Mudge able to dive away from that cursed bullet. Literally avoided a bullet there. Level 10's in for both squads. Speaking of cursed bullet, it'll be that along with the Void Prism, High Five, Cocoon, and once again the Hortipult. Meanwhile, for ReGen Phoenix, we're going to see Apocalypse along with the Ardent Defender, the Mighty Gust, Flailing Swipe, and the Phoenix. Or Phoenixes. All Phoenixes this game. It's kind of like more cowbell. potential third tribute here for Xanthite. We'll see if they want to go in on this. They're in position here. Again, this is the favorable position for ReGen Phoenix, and yeah, they're just not even going to contest it. They didn't like the positioning. Camp pushing in mid, they didn't need it, so they're just gonna choose to not go for it. I like the patience. Camp gonna be started on bot side. Arrow gonna be able to clear up top. Again, this camp getting a little bit of value here on the wall. Boss is up on the top side still for ReGen Phoenix. Looks like right now Xanthite is up here. They're in the neighborhood. I like this rotation because first of all, it puts them in good position to be ready for this big fifth tribute. But also kind of, as long as they're in the neighborhood, it's going to definitely deter ReGen Phoenix from wanting to go after their camp. Camp pushing down bot and Hiva. I'm here to try to contest it a bit. Darabao does have the flight. Have the ability to get up here fairly quickly. Level 13's now in for Xanthite, but ReGen Phoenix going to click them in shortly after. Mudge eating that cursed bullet. Can't dodge it this time. Apocalypse goes down. Grand Paladin being pushed into the corner a little bit, down to about half health. Cocoon went out onto Stukov, but Arya now out of that. Mighty Gust's not really finding anybody there. Swipe to create a little bit of room, but multiple members low here for ReGen Phoenix. Arrow going to be the first to fall. They are diving in deep. Darabao going to have to try to barrel roll out, but there is the Void Prism. They're going to be stuck in here. Falstad dies immediately coming out of that. Diablo falls on the backside. I didn't even see Grand Paladin there with the big chase. And it's going to be a 3-0 in favor of Xanthite. They're going to go ahead and take themselves the curse. And now with all 5 members up, they really have the ability to push this. They're going to start pushing up top. They've got a massive wave here. Iva going to rotate down to the bot side and aid the bottom push. Azamane, thank you very much for the follow. Welcome, welcome. And rather than continuing to push, they're going to go ahead and grab the boss. They're going to attempt the boss, but it's been scouted by ReGen Phoenix, so they're going to come up and fight him for this. Flight comes in. Darabao gets in position. But yeah, that's a good call from Xanthite. I like that. They back off. They don't want to take the 5v5. Especially with Zeratul not here. But they still take them off the boss. I think it lessens the value that they're going to get out of this curse by a little bit, but not a ton. All 3 forts still go down. Front wall on the bot side, so this is a position where top or bottom boss later here in this game could become a win condition for you. They're about to get level 16. Now, ReGen Phoenix will catch up a little bit in XP once they're able to push out these waves a bit. Falstad already working on that down the bot side. So this level lead will deplete a bit. Boss started here for ReGen Phoenix. And boss can be started on the other side in turn for Xanthite. Camp's going to be taken all over the place. Everybody just taking a breather. Take a little break, grab us some camps, and yeah, you can see Xanthite is heading to the bot side. They still have the 16 advantage. Gonna go ahead and grab themselves the siege camp. Arrow actually gonna be caught out, gets knocked out of that jump. Can't use the Goopa Stomp to get out. And that's another big pick here for Xanthite. 6-0 right now in the kill count. Level 16's coming in soon for ReGen Phoenix, but for now it's a boss with a siege camp and the 16 talent tier advantage as they head in towards trying to siege this bottom keep. The top boss is pushing uncontested currently, but is still on the fort. They're about going to gust them back, but it's not going to be enough to save the keep. Fort on top side goes down, but this boss is going to die to minions, it looks like. Maybe the first hit on the keep front wall. Still got a camp pushing here in mid. Final remnants of one at least. Here comes the N-Gage. Level 16 is in. They can't really find an N-Gage. Iron able to hit the boosters there. Get everybody out of that. Not only a good team for engaging, but they're a tough team to engage upon. Iva gonna hang out up here. Goes full invisible mode there. Right now, ReGen Phoenix looking at this from the bottom side. Leap over the wall there. Arrow trying to find something. Ortopult on the backside as Joshua Scott has made it to Kalthos. Arya gonna have to flailing swipe, and the cocoon actually goes down onto Rabid Penguin, but Diablo, the first to fall on the backside. Urel falls as well. Multiple members low. Hive gets killed there off the back end of that, but it's a 1 for 4, make it 1 for 5 exchange with only Diablo left. No souls, though. And I think that might be it. They've got 4 members left. They're heading straight for the core. The death timers are not incredibly high, but still 30 seconds to siege this before everybody's up. They've got Greymane, Mudge able to get the stun onto Grand Paladin to get this started, trying to defend here. 7 seconds until Arrow's back here on the Urel. Shields are now down. They have 2 catapults behind this. They are sieging in. Rabid Penguin now coming back up. Can they defend this? They knock them back, but the core is falling. They cannot clear the katas, and that is going to be it. Ladies and gentlemen, game number 2 and the series goes to Phoenix Rising Xanthite, eliminating ReGen Phoenix here in the first round of the playoffs. Alrighty. Solid performance tonight from Phoenix Rising Xanthite. I think it was said in chat, very clean. I agree. That's exactly the phrase I would use. Solid win here tonight. And let me go ahead and reach out to the team captain here for Xanthite. See if we can get ourselves a little interview. All right, let's see. So many teams, it's so hard to find anybody nowadays. All right, idioms. And there is idioms, aka idioms 100% Nova win rate.
Yeah, it's true, man. I'm not sure if you caught that game, but you should definitely check it out.
No, I have not, but I'll have to take your word for it for now. Well, congrats.
Yeah, thank you.
So how's your team feeling tonight? First of all, going into the playoffs, how are you guys feeling in the division? And how are you feeling now that you've gotten that first round out of the way?
Yeah, so our goal this season was to make playoffs. That's our goal every season, and we did that. We had a pretty good season. We had fun with it. We had a really tough division. Like, I feel like every team in Div A was really good. But yeah, up against ReGen Phoenix first round, I wasn't super excited to see that because I know they're a very good team. Yeah, we had to bring our A game tonight. Really happy to come out with the win against such a strong team.
Yeah, I feel like a very, very clean series from y'all. Tell me a little bit about your guys' practice schedule and what y'all do to be able to get that macro sense down so well and be able to put on a clean performance like this game was.
Yeah, so I guess like the biggest thing that we do is we work on our communication a lot. We talk about comms a lot, having effective comms, and just like obviously making sure we all enjoy playing with each other, which we do. Like we're all friends, and it's a really good atmosphere on the team. So I feel like getting along with everyone and just having like really effective communication just helps contribute for those games.
Yeah, I'll be honest. I don't have a lot of questions about the series. It was a pretty straightforward series, but I guess the first thing we'll just go into is Infernal Shrines. It felt to me like ReGen Phoenix, their strat seemed a little bit more to try to counter push with the Sylvanas. Did you guys see that coming beforehand? And how exactly did you guys be able to react to that so well to be able to kind of counter their counter push, so to speak?
Yeah, so it was kind of unfortunate what happened on that first objective when they pushed bottom, which is the right play by them. I believe it was Darabo got an extremely good boop on me, and yeah, I was just dead, and then we weren't able to defend it. So those little mistakes happen, and then the communication after that was like, okay, let's get the shrine, let's look to push, make sure we don't miss any soak and stay alive. But yeah, like if we focused on shrines a lot there because we had a very good shrine fight. We knew if they got the shrine, it was like cataclysmic for us because they do have a Sylvanas pushing in with it. So even if it's not frozen, they get a ton of value, and they're quite good with diving with the Sonya there. So yeah, a lot of shrine emphasis, and obviously coming back when we fell back early by their good play.
Yeah, and where they kind of seemed like they were more macro oriented in the first game, it seemed like you guys were equally macro oriented in the second game. It almost seemed like y'all just didn't want to take a 5v5 fight. Was that the case, or was I missing something on that?
Yeah, I mean, we didn't have a reason to. So there was no point. Like, we just established lane pressure, and we just made sure we got like good rotations and make them move around the map and stretch them thin. Because even though they have a Falstad, he can't cover two opposite lanes of Soak at the same time. And like as soon as they all showed up, we had the Lucio to bail us out of jail. A lot of good peeling by GP on the new Barak as well, like good cocoons, and we had Zeratul popping in for the fights. I do think game 2 was extremely clean, but yeah, I'm very happy with it for sure.
Yeah, speaking of Zeratul, Hiva there, not only your biggest feeder, but also the MVP of the game with that big VP up on top. I felt like that was a game-changing moment. Hiva, of course, picking Zeratul last there, was that a response to something they had, or did you guys have the Zeratul in plan from the start there?
We had a couple picks planned from the start, so we had a few draft iterations, and we have to respond to their picks somewhat for it. So let's say that we did diverge from the initial path quite a bit. Not even quite a bit. Like we diverged a little bit. The Zeratul was discussed in probably the second half of the draft for sure. Like it brings a lot of macro presence to our team and a lot of pick potential too.
Yeah, just a scary mobile comp that you guys had there in game number 2. I was like, that's not something I would, as a healer and backline damage main, would be excited to play against in any scenario.
Yeah, it's scary to play against because it's so fast, right? And we can get on top of you really quickly.
Sure.
Lucio's bonkers, right? So it was great to be able to pick him up pretty much uncontested, and yeah, so very happy with the series. Well, like once again, I can't say enough about ReGen Phoenix. Like obviously, really good team. They had a really good season, and hope to see them next season too.
And meanwhile, that's going to put you guys on to round 2, which is going to be basically an in-house scrim here as you guys go on to face Phoenix Rising Diamond. Tell me a little bit about what that match is going to look like in your eyes.
You know what, my man? I did not have any idea that PRD pulled that off. Great job, PRD.
That's what I was told, but I actually might be wrong about that. And I read that in chat.
Like, I'm always cheering for Phoenix Rising Diamond, of course, right? Like, they're in our division and everything. But I know they're up against a really good team with Beef Boys. So I'm not sure who won it. I wasn't watching it. I was focused on our series. But regardless of who we're playing, you know, I'm just really excited to get to round 2 and play some games.
All right. Well, thanks for coming in for the interview. I appreciate the time. But before we let you go, are there any shout-outs you'd like to make?
Yeah, big shout out to my team, obviously. Hiva, GP, Iron, Josh, Hydra, Concept, Synchrony. Just been a really awesome season with those guys, and we're really happy with the team this year and everything. Big shout out to Phoenix Rising. Apparently, we're playing PRD in the second round, so
Sounds like it.
lots of representation for sure, and that's really exciting to hear. And yeah, no, shout out to ReGen Phoenix once again. Great games played, and shout out to you, Jason, for picking up the cast. Thank you, man.
My pleasure. It was nice getting to watch y'all play, and like I said, very clean set tonight. Y'all have a lot to be proud of from tonight, and I look forward to seeing how far you guys can make it through this playoff run.
Oh yeah, thank you, man. Appreciate it.
All right, have a good night.
All right, peace out.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, well, that is going to do it for me tonight. But again, thank you, everybody, for sticking around. I do want to give out that community gifted sub. So if y'all hang out for just a few moments longer, we'll do the outro here, and we'll find somebody to raid. But first of all, let me do the gifted sub while you all are waiting for me to find that raider. I really appreciate everyone for coming in tonight and hearing me in the echo there as I open up the channel here. There we go. There's our gifted sub button. We'll see who the lucky winner is here tonight. And let's see, who can we raid?
Hey, it's you. I'm getting stir crazy.
Tetcher.
Please tell me
Tetcher
your
is
name.
definitely our rating winner tonight. We'll send you guys over to him. And congrats to Coro Civics. At least Coro won something today. Well, congrats for the free sub. Enjoy the emotes. And yeah, thank you everybody for coming in and watching tonight. I appreciate it. We'll see you guys next time. I'll see what casts I can pick up. I think this is the last one I have on the schedule, but down the stretch here for the playoffs, we'll see if there's any others that I could pick up and get 1 or 2 more out for the season before we're done. Thanks again to everybody who came out and watched both these teams for putting on a show for us tonight. And until next time for the Nexus Gaming Series, I am Jason, and I hope you all have a good night.